What up, G Life fam? It's your boy MC Shadow coming at you with another video. Now, what I wanted to talk about today was the Maravilla neighborhood, because I've been getting asked about Maravillas. I had already covered them in the G files right here. You know what I mean? In the G files, you know what I mean? When you check out the playlist, you know, if you go to the playlist, where I cover all the neighborhoods, they're their own folder on top. You know, it should say home video and it should say playlist. Right there, there's a folder that's called G files. And all the videos where I cover all the neighborhoods, they're in that folder. You know, that way you don't have to keep looking. You could just find them right there. And I already covered Maravilla in that folder. You get me? I will be redoing Maravilla, you feel me? Giving you a better version of it, obviously, because that's when I had first started the G file. So, you know, I'm going to give it a better updated version. I just got to, I'm getting a hold of all my camaradas that I know from Maravilla, you know, that way we could get all the info and, you know, shoot some pictures and stuff like that, you feel me? I almost got a hold of everybody, you know what I mean? I'm just missing like 4 more sets, you know what I mean? So we're almost there. Probably, maybe, hopefully, by not later on today, by tomorrow. You know what I mean? The homies, they say they're going to give me a call back. Anywho, now the Maravilla neighborhood. You know, in the Maravilla, how can I say this? Maravilla, you know, everyone obviously knows that they used to have the green light. They were a green lighted neighborhood right here in East LA. East Los is where all the Maravilla neighborhoods are at. They're all located in East LA. People have to understand that East LA and Boyle Heights are two different things. Boyle Heights is considered the east side. You feel me? That's where you'll find the Y-Fins, V&E, Primera Flats, Evergreen. All those neighborhoods are on the east side in Boyle Heights. Then you have East LA, which starts from Indiana and up. You know? That's where you'll find all the Maravilla neighborhoods, and then there is some other sets. You know, you have like The Law, Indiana Deuce King Cobras, Winter Gardens, and yada yada yada. So the Maravillas are old school neighborhoods. You know, they've been around since the 20s, so they're already old school. Everyone already knows that some of the big camaradas inside, you know, from La M were from Maravillas. You know what I mean? So they do have a history. And I mean a lot of members, so they have a history of, like, you know, well established, you know, within the homeboys. And then, you know, obviously people know that there was you know, a misunderstanding, or, you know, different ways of looking at it, and they ended up having the green light. You feel me? Now, here's Maravilla's color has, you know, why they used red, you know, and stuff like that, you know, so they are, you know, red raggers and stuff like that. See, the difference with Maravilla and Norteños is the Norteños are far away. So, what is the saying? Out of sight, out of mind? You feel me? So, you know, homies, we're not going to drive from Los Angeles all the way to Northern Cali to go, you know, look for some Norteños, you know, yada, yada, yada. But it's different from Maravilla, because Maravilla literally stays surrounded by East LA. From any parts of Los Angeles, if you get the freeway, you'll get to East LA like in, I don't know, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes with no traffic, 10 minutes, any part of LA. You know what I mean? So they don't stay far away. You know what I mean? Even from the San Fernando Valley, a drive to East LA is about only 30 minutes. You know? And the SGV is maybe like 20. So that's not far at all. You feel me? So Maravilla was surrounded by a whole lot of enemigos. You feel me? And what people have to understand about that is that there's barrios that were around that wanted to get some status in their name. They wanted to get some juice. You feel me? You know what I mean? They wanted to, you know, rise up the ranks, you know, climb up that ladder. So they were going to go and put in work on Maravilla to get them that juice, you know, since they're green lighters, you know, and they have a hit on site, you know, thing, you know, so that way it gets them some status, some juice, you know what I mean? So these guys are with the business. The reason I say that they're with the business is because Maravilla never folded. Maravilla never folded. They never broke. They never surrendered. They never bow down. You feel me? And having the green light, it is a tough task. I should know. My neighborhood had it as well at one point. You know what I mean? For about a year. You know what I mean? So it was hell. You know what I mean? You're getting hit from all different places. You know, from all from all kinds of neighborhoods. Neighborhoods tag teaming against you. Some days you're getting hit by like 3 different neighborhoods in one day, 4 different neighborhoods in one day. Está cabrón. You feel me? Not only that, when you're in there, all the homies, you're pretty much solo bolo, and they're gonna run up on you and they gonna smash on you. So está cabrón. You know what I mean? Some homies roll it up. Some, hold their grounds. Maravilla always held their ground. You know what I mean? And I have never met a homie from Maravilla that was like a chump. You feel me? Now, I know you're gonna get people in the comments talking dissy. Nah, they got ratas, their homie ratted, or their homie bitched out, their homie ranked it. Like, yes, I know, because everybody that's a gang member out there has a story like that, my boy. Yes, this neighborhood is a weenie. Yes, they have rats. Yes, of course. That's what we're gonna say. They're the enemies. You know what I mean? But don't make up stories, my boy. They're not bitches and they're not rats. Do they have homies that are bitches and rats? Yes. So does every other neighborhood out there. As much as you can tell me that they have bitches and rats, is as much as anybody could say that about your neighborhood. That's just how it is. I don't fall for the propaganda. You feel me? That's what an enemy's neighborhood is gonna say. You know what I mean? That's why I don't pay attention to that. Because if you're from the streets, homie, every neighborhood has their down ass homies, their writers that put in work. Knock it off. You know what I mean? To sit there to actually say that, nah, none of them fools there put in work. Nah, they all bitches. Come on, homie. Who are you trying to kid? You're telling me in that whole entire barrio, not once. Okay, maybe once. Oh, I thought no looking, no. Stop. You know what I mean? Give people their dues, homie, where it's due. You know what I mean? Be a man, homie. Stop playing little kid games. Maravilla is with the business. They have their riders. They do have their down homies that have held it down right there. You feel me? And here's the trippy part. Before there was a unity amongst Maravillas, but Maravillas is just like these other neighborhoods like Pacoima, like Linwood, like Compton, where they put Maravilla ahead. Like they're all Maravillas. Claiming the name, but they're different gangs. You know what I mean? So just because you have Maravilla at the end of it doesn't mean that you guys are from the same gang. Same like Pacoima, Compton, and Linwood. They'll put Compton Barrio ahead, or Linwood Barrio ahead, or Pacoima, Barrio ahead of whatever their gang is. But they're all different gangs. Same with the Maravillas. They are not the same. And Maravilla sets do beef it with each other, just like Linwood sets, Pacoima sets, and Compton sets. You feel me? So they're not the same gang. So a part of all the gangs around them, coming at them and all that shit, they also have to keep a trucha for the own Maravillas that they have pleito with, because some of these sets beef it like more hardcore than homeboys were against them. You feel me? So, my man, that was a tough task. You know what I mean? You had to be with it because you knew what you were getting yourself into. I mean, it was no secret. These vatos were putting SS and tax free and everything, so everybody knew what was the get down when they're getting in. You feel me? So they did, have them riders. You feel me? Maravilla sets are old school. They're large, and they with the business, homie. You get what I'm saying? So you had all the gangs around them, which is a lot of neighborhoods. We're talking about Boyle Heights and East LA by itself is like, fuck, that's like already like 300 gangs, you feel me? That you automatically already beef it with, that they're gonna be coming at you. Plus the 1,000 more that are around you that potentially could wanna rise up the ranks, and they're gonna come at you. And some were willing to make that drive, you know what I mean? There's other neighborhoods, you know what I mean, that just see it as it's not worth it. It's not worth the drive. Who cares? And shit like that. You feel me? It's more like, oh, okay, if you're locked up and you see one of them and it's on our side, then it's on our side. Or if you run into one of them out here, then you got to take flight. You feel me? But you're not going to go looking for them. And I'm assuming a majority of the neighborhoods went about it that way. You know what I mean? If they bumped into them, they just bumped into them. If not, they're not going to go looking for them. But obviously the ones that were around, like let's say East Side and East LA and everything, of course they're going to go hunt them. You know what I mean? That's just the way it was. So it was a tough task. Now, that was before. They're no longer green lighters. They program with the homeboys. I'm not going to get so into all of that. You feel me? I don't talk incarceration in here. You know what I mean? And I don't go into details on stuff like that, Those are subjects that shouldn't be talked about. But they program with homeboys. They function with homeboys, but they're not treses. So they're not... they roll with us, but they're their own thing. They're Maravillas. You know what I mean? But they program with us. Some of them do claim sureños. Some of them do claim homeboys. You know what I mean? Not all of them. But not all of them. Like, let's say they have. That doesn't mean that they beef it with us. It's just that they're just their own thing. You know what I mean? So they're just another gang out here. I have homies from Maravillas. You know what I mean? They're feed me. You know, they never did nothing to me. Aren't able to stay far away from each other. You know, so when it was like the ceasefire, it's the same thing as like say about norteños. You know what I mean? You never bump into them. You never, you know, they never did nothing to you, so you can't have no hatred towards them. You know what I mean? I met a lot of down homies out of Maravillas. Some that I mingle with, chill, you know, drink with. You know, they're a toda madre. They're really cool homeboys. Really down homeboys. Well educated. They you know, they took lecha like seriously. You know what I mean? They're well laced. You know, they're laced up right. You feel me? I mean, people have to understand, some of these guys, like I said, their neighborhoods are coming from the originators, you know what I mean? So you can't say that, oh, they bitches, they're not homeboys. Like, man, they were around since the beginning, my boy. Literally. They were in the mix the whole entire time. To say that these fools ain't like homeboys or ain't nothing like that, like, stop being ignorant. You feel me? You gotta give them their dues. You know what I mean? I always pay respect where respect is due. You know what I mean? I'm not a little kid to be playing all these games. You know what I mean? I can only tell you how it is. And you know, that's what's up with the Maravillas. You know what I mean? They have kept a solid, you know, record. Now they function, you know, firme. You know what I mean? You know, they're just like homeboys. So for people still to be dissing out there or to be saying that, like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You know what I mean? They've been in cool status already for a cool minute. You feel me? Like I said, there's been a lot of neighborhoods that have gone through that green light process. You feel me? It's just the way it is. It's, you know, it's just the way the ball rolls. You feel me? But yeah, they're definitely with the business. You know what I mean? Because they had to be going up against everybody. They never. And I know what people say. They say, oh, well, when they got busted, they were PCing them up. First of all, they were taking them to their own module, right inside. The facility, you know what I mean? They took it upon themselves to do that. It wasn't like these fools were asking for protective custody. They were just putting them in those modules. You know, feel me? It's kind of like if you grab, like when they send the homeboys to a different location or whatever, and then they don't want them. You know, they don't want nothing cracking off. So they put them. They pretty much they sealed them all away. You feel me? That way there's no pleitos. You feel me? It's the same thing as they do with the Maravillas for that reason. It's not that they're asking to be PC'd up and stuff like that. You feel me? Because, you know, you can say the same thing for other homies when they're being moved, you know, to different spots. You know what I mean? So like I said, they are with it. You know, they're with the business, homie. And that's how they carry themselves. You know, they you know, they get their dues just like everybody else. The ones that you see talk are the ones that clearly don't know anything. Those are the ones that you see yapping all the time. You know what I mean? Because they don't know what the hell's going on. They're just talking out of their ass or whatever they see on the internet. Maybe some old news on there that they're barely finding. They're speaking about something that happened already like a long time ago. But yeah, Maravillas is good standings. They're with the business. I will be redoing them. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's just my spill on them. What do I think about them and the whole situation and stuff like that, and how it was. You know what I mean? But that's just my point of view on it, how I see it. Shut up, we out.